welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl and your crusty girl at Nook_M. If you're new here and it's your first time seeing me, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad to have you here. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit on that notification bell so that you can get notified every single time I drop a new video, and also join the Key Squad if you are a returning subscriber. Welcome back, Key Squad. Okay, so today's video, right? In today's video, I will be doing a story time. You might have seen by the title on my first high school heartbreak. The ghetto. But anyway, guys, my first story time. This is my first story time. So, and I'm wearing pajamas, and I just wrote maths today, my final maths grade 11 exam. And I wish I had like something to drink so that I was like sips tea. But anyway, guys, it was fine, you know? It was fine, and I'm fine. I'm okay. You know, I'm not crying my eyes out, so it wasn't horrible. And yeah, I'm excited to be doing this story time. It's my first story time, so be lenient with me. But I'm a really good storyteller because drama. So let's get on to this video. Let's go.
I know I'm yours, baby. So come give me love. You know you're my baby. So come give me love. I never felt nothing quite like this. I get a high every time we kiss. Can't get enough, baby. So come give me love. All of your love, I can't fake it. When I'm with you, my legs go weak.
So, sorry guys, I had to switch off my light because it was creating like this like weird line thingy on my phone, and I was just like, ugh. So let's start with the veninging, okay? I bet. So my high school career started when I was like in grade 8. Obviously it started in grade 8. What are you saying? So my high school career started at 2019, right? That's when I started doing my grade 8. Go high school, Grandfontein High School. I've disclosed my high school before, guys. I bet y'all know by now. If you don't know, then wow, hello, newsflash. It's not a biggie. So got 2019, right? It was before COVID, so there was still the Easter show, like all the big epic things, and we were still doing the big epic things. I was in grade 8, and Ramfontein, we have something called the Ramfontein Show. Majority of you might know about it. Most of you might not know about it because Ramfontein is such a small town. Like it's such a small place. People don't know this place. I don't know how people don't know this place, but people don't know this place. Sharp. So we have the Ramfontein Show. It's really similar to the Easter show. Easter show where like, you know, we have the rides, the ghost house, like food, like carnival, straight up carnival. So everyone in the West Rand pulls up for the Ramfontein Show. And with the Ramfontein Show, it is a 4-day show, right? It happens over the course of 4 days. On Thursday, I hope you guys can hear me because I don't want to be too loud. On Thursday is like the big competition stuff. So what happens is like different schools and different people all around the West Rand come to participate more the Ramfontein Show competitions. It is usually like dance competitions and choir. I know there's also choir. I don't know about like spoken word though, but I know there's dance and stuff. And grade 80, as you guys may or may not know, I don't think I've mentioned it before, but my mom is a teacher, right? So my mom is a very dedicated educator. Like she's one of those teachers, but I know like they will most likely do anything for the learners. And I'm not just saying this because she's my mom, but like she is like that, genuinely sharp. So on that Thursday, she was supposed to perform with her group of learners, her group of like dance learners, and they were doing like this cute hip-hop piece, right? Sharp. How they got to that point was one day as we were driving back home, I think we were like from KFC or something, we saw a microbus, like a minibus, pass by, and on it was advertised the details of this dance studio. And my little brother was like, yo, no, I want to be a part of that dance studio, mom, please take the numbers, please take the numbers. My mom took a picture and she saved the numbers. Little did she know that she might need them the following year for her like school learners, because she wanted to create an extramural activity where all of them would enjoy and participate. She called the company, and the company sent over 2 dance coaches. Fine. They sent over 2 dance coaches, and those people coached the learners. They taught them how to do like certain dance moves. They choreographed a whole piece, right? And then they applied for the competition Storytime show. I bet. So this is where you get to meet my ex. This is where you get to meet my ex. Let's just call him Tsingy, right? I'm gonna call him Tsingy. Doesn't matter. I might stumble along the way, but I'm not gonna mention his name because that's just too ghetto. That is ghetto. Let's just call him Tsingy, right? So Tsingy was one of the 2 coaches that were coaching the learners. He, mind you, he's in the same school as me, but I did not know him by that time. I bet. Sharpune. Got this day, the night, the competition. My dad, am I going too fast? I feel like I'm going too fast. Okay. Got this day fine, the night of the competition. My mom didn't come back home after school. She left with the learners to go prepare at the venue. I bet my dad got home not late, but like his usual knock-off time. He goes to work at 7 and he comes back at 4. He would go to work at 7 and he would come back at 4. I bet. Shabu. So my dad comes back and he comes back with lunch, right? Lunch as in like Orikile Burger King, I think. He went like grocery shopping. It wasn't necessarily grocery shopping because he never used to do grocery shopping without my mother. Because if one of them would go, like they would forget something and they'd have to go to the shops again. So they usually just did it together because they remembered everything together. You know, my dad would remember the meat and my mom would remember the other essentials like ditamati sauce, the soap, or booby and everything. So I'm rambling. I'm rambling. Okay, so my dad would, like, he bought a few essentials and some takeout. Fine. He was like, let's go support your mother. Let's go to the Ramfontaine show. And I was like, did you buy tickets? He was like, yeah, we'll buy tickets when we get there. I bet. I got dressed and I remember I was looking so cute. I was wearing this short. It was a really like short. No, I'm lying. That was on the Saturday. I was wearing actually a jean. A blue jean with this shirt that has like an open back, right? And I did not wear a jacket over it. I was just like, you know what? This is how I'm going. I'm gonna be the girl. That I think I am. Fine, I bet. My dad really didn't say anything about it. He just asked if I'm not gonna get cold, and I was like, no, I'm fine. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. I got into the car and we drove off. To the Ramfontaine show. I got there and, you know, it was like, it was really fun because I was seeing my friends who didn't go to the same high school as me that I last saw last year in grade 7. I was excited. I was excited. I was very like, okay, wow. These people, like, I haven't seen them in a while. So I was hugging everyone, talking to everyone. When the show started, we went to watch and we sat down, right? We didn't know the coaches. I personally didn't know the coaches. I think my sister knew them because I think my sister knew them, and I think my little brother knew them because he was really obsessed with the whole dance thing, and he wanted to get involved in the whole dance thing. I bet. Sharp. I didn't know any of the coaches. I didn't know them. Both of them, including Tingy. Even though he went to my school, I'd never seen him in my life before. Like, I'd never seen him before. I bet. Yo, Jehovah. Okay, ne? Sharp. Bajaiva 4, and I don't think they won. I don't think they won. I don't remember them winning because they were really intense. Like, they were really intense groups there. Shabo, on our way back, right? We weren't in the car yet. It was after the show. They had announced the winners and the runner-uppers and everything, and we were looking for my mom. My dad was like, "Okay, let's go look for your mother," and we'll find him in the car because we know where he parked the car. We were like, "I'd bet sharp." Nah, wanna go high, and my older sister, we went to look for my mother, right? And we found her a parking space where they were given that parking space for the learners. And no taxi say 2, right? No taxi 2, and never pakile mo bana batletse. My mom was like, "Okay, now meet Tenge, and Tenge meet Neo. She's in grade 8." She goes to the same school as you. It's again, when I get to go, and then Tenge was like, "Oh, okay, hi," and I was like, "Hi." He was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Hi." What's an Ari chest? Yeah, I get an Ari chest. So it's like, what's a grade 8? Hey, it's a grade 8. Like, I was like, yeah, you know. I was like, yeah, you know, yeah. I bet, Shabu. We finished having our little conversation there. He was asking me about teachers and whether I know teachers or not. And I was just like, no, I don't. I think he was just trying to make small talk. Fine. My mom was like, okay, from here, we're going to go to KFC so that we can buy the kids, like, food. And then baje, and then so that we can make sure that they all go with their parents and they all arrive safely at home. Fine. Nah. My siblings, my mom decided to get into the taxi with them, with the school kids, and we would like meet them for KFC. Fine, we go to KFC, and because we had already eaten, instead of buying food, we just bought like crushes, right, to sip on. Fine, I think nearly month end, guys. It's nearly month end. Yeah, I think nearly month end, around month end. Shab, so never hold, see? So never hold, so never hold, clean. Yo, guys, it was so nice. Shab, I get the crash mo. Rasipa mo koloyi, ne? And we drove back to my mom's school. Not her school per se, but the where she teaches. We got there and we made sure that the kids got into their parents' cars or they were walking with their parents. We confirmed everything. Those whose parents weren't there, my mom made some calls, and yeah. So, highlight. Oh my gosh, I'm so ghetto. So, the next day, right? The next day, I'm going back to school. It's like, all of a sudden, I'm seeing Tingy everywhere. And like, nekisa morning before. So now I'm seeing him everywhere. And every time he sees me, he's just like, hi, I'm good. Okay, fine, sharp. We leave it at that. Guys, I think one day, not even like Hogera, like he saw me eating kota, and I was walking alone, right? I was walking alone, and Negeja kota, and he was like, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy it for you. He was like, when? Kiri. What? Oh my gosh, the ghetto. I went to take it like I went to take it and I was like, I'll buy it for you. And he was like, when? I was like, Doug, I don't know. Sharp. Right. So Look, guys, my RAM is making such noise. This remote is just ghetto, guys. Oh, I switched off my Bluetooth. I put my phone on airplane mode. Damn. Okay, let's just continue with the video. It's fine. Sharp. So the next day, and dog, his game was really weak, okay? Now that I think about it, his game was like mad weak. Because every single time he'd see me, he'd be like, and he tried to pull from that and make a conversation with me, whereas like I was just like not there. And it's not that I was like not there. I was actually kind of acting sort of giddy because he was in grade 10, I was in grade 8. So whenever people would see us together, they'd be like, or like grade 8, grade 10. You understand? It was that kind of vibe. So I didn't want it to be that kind of vibe, but I liked that kind of vibe. I think I liked it. I don't know. I don't know. Yo, bored, kesana, bored. Fads. Okay, anyway, sharp. It happened when I told him I'm gonna buy him one. Fine. So like every day after that, he kept on nagging me. Oh my gosh, guys, that was so loud. Oh, okay. Anyway, back to the story. So every day afterwards, he would just keep asking me for Kota. And I think it was like 2 weeks after that, I decided to just buy it for him, right? And I knew where he waited for his transport because it was along the way where I would go wait for my transport. So, after school and not like actively looking for him, because if I didn't find him, I was going to eat the food. But I was like, scouting for him. I got him, right? And he was standing with this girl. I can tell him because, like has tagaga and he can chill with whoever he wants. I had not gotten feelings back then. Like nexa right? I bet. So I had not caught feelings yet. I'd bet. I tapped him on the shoulder and he turned back and he let go of the girl and I gave him the kota. And he was like, oh, and I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, thank you. That's the first red flag, guys. I should have seen at that moment this guy get red flag, because what the hell? How are you so grateful that a girl bought you food, whereas you should be? No, it's fine, guys. It's fine. I was young and dumb. Yo, ake bought sana. So fine. He thanked me and he was like, transport and I was like, no, because I didn't want scandals, guys. It was like yo, it was gonna cause such a scandal. The fact that since I can't be why I know transport, you know how high school learners are, you know how high school people are, and you know how when you get older you get so shocked at so many things, and it's not even a thing you're not shocked, it's a thing you're you understand? So the fact that when you see Taka how you associate them people younger than you feel so about it. It's not even that deep. I don't know why it happens, but it just happens. I bet. Sharp. So where was I? Sharp. The next day, I don't think it was the next day. Let's just say 2 days afterwards, because I don't think it was immediately the next day. I think he didn't have a strategy, like he didn't have a way, like I can't because usually he would just approach me and be like, so now that I gave him the kota, I shut him up. So he was trying to figure out a way to get to me. Sharp. The next, let's say 2 days afterwards, I was working with my then best friend, right? I had I had friendship issues with my current best friend. Like, my current best friend, we go way back. She was my best friend in primary. Like, we started at grade 5 to grade 8. But got grade 8, like, shit hit the fan. I don't know what happened. It wasn't that in my high school now I felt like superior or I felt better. No. It was the fact that team. I was used to it just being the two of us, right? So this girl came into like our friendship and asked to be our friends, and I was cool with that. I was cool with her being my friend and her friend. I was cool with her joining our squad. I was fine with that. However, guys, they were doing everything together now. Like, and you know, I'm a very jealous person. I'm very like territorial about my people. I'm very jealous like that. So I was like, I'm sorry about the noise, guys. Now that I don't have my mic and my tripod, I can't cancel out the noise. So I'm really sorry. Like, I apologize. But back to the story. Because they lived in close proximity, they would see each other all the time. Every weekend, they'd be going out. They'd be going to the mall together, getting new outfits, posting on Instagram. They even shared an Instagram account. And I was just there like, okay, so I'm basically just third wheeling this friendship, because now it seems like she's your best friend and I'm not. I'm just the person you just sidelined, because I am not into those cool things, going out and stuff. And it wasn't I'm not into them or I don't want to do them. I wanted to do them. I wanted to go out. I wanted to get matching outfits. Just that circumstances didn't allow. Fine. And I get that we were in high school in grade 8, we were young. So there came a point where I remember that day they were walking ahead of me, right? They were walking ahead of me and I was just like following them like their little minion. And out of the blue, I stopped walking and they continued walking. They were talking about their own thing that happened that weekend. A person I totally don't know. They were talking about that person. And I stopped on my tracks and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, but honestly, I was like, why am I trying to beg this friendship or friendship in? So I was like, what am I doing, right? So I think along the way she noticed that I stopped and I was just looking at them as they continued to walk away from me. She turned and she was like, Chomi, come. And I was like, nah, I'm good. She was like, Batung. I was like, yeah, I'm good. You continue with that because clearly you've got your own friend and I'm no longer in the equation. So yeah, bye. She was like, Batung no. And I was like, bye. I was like, bye. And I went to chill with this group of friends. I have a lot of friends, guys. I'm a very happy person. I have a lot of friends. Sharp. So then it happens, I was chilling with that group of new friends, and eventually, as the days progressed, I realized that I'm not about the group life. I really am not about the group life. I rather prefer just having a few, like a close circle of friends, like literally 3 or 2. That's it. That's the only amount of friends that I'm gonna have, like amount of close friends that I'm gonna have. So there was this girl in class. She used to talk to me a lot and we clicked, and she didn't chill with anyone during break and I wasn't chilling with anyone like during break. So I was just like, hey, you know what, let's be besties. And we became best friends. Like we were talking, we were walking together and everything. So back to the story at Tsingy. So Tsingy, there's a staircase that leads to the second floor of the first building, right? And more that staircase, next to that staircase, like a dark corner kind of vibe. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about the noise. So next to those stairs is like a dark corner kind of vibe, and with that dark corner, there's a bench. But usually, or like if you want to have like private time, quiet time with yourself, you just go sit in that dark corner, and no one will really see you unless they notice. So I was passing by that staircase on the way to the field when I felt someone pull my hand. At first I was like, who the fudge? Because I was working with new bestie, right? And I was like, who the fudge is, who's this? And he pulled my hand. He was like, hi. I was like, hey, please give me your phone. Because guys, honestly, like even if a person would ask my phone now, I have nothing to hide. I'm really an open book, so I would give you my phone irregardless, unless you want to do some creepy ass shit. But yeah, like take my pictures and stalk her. I don't know. I don't think I'd noticed that either, you know. But I'm a very open person, so I just gave him my phone, and he went to my keyboard, my keypad, and he put in his numbers. We I bet you should text me go WhatsApp. I bet you get okay sharp. Okay sharp, okay fine. Then we walked to the field. As we were walking to the field, me and my friend, the rest of the day went smoothly. We were chilling, we were eating, and I knew bestie, we were fine. We were fine, right? And then after school, I keep thinking guys, something was really just itching in my ear. Like the back of my ear was itching that day after school. And I was doing some homework, and I just stopped my homework, and I went to my WhatsApp. I searched for his name, and it popped up. And I texted him. I was like, hey, Ganel. I was like, hi, Ganel. Okay, fine, bitch. Okay, I'll see you. Fine, I bet. Hi, kids. I'll text that immediately. Like, guys, not even like 5 minutes or like immediately. It's like he was waiting for my text. It's like he was waiting for me to text him. He responded, hi. Are you okay? How you doing? I'm good. Okay, fine. Like honestly, we'd spend like literally 2 hours a day talking, excluding phone calls, right? So phone calls would last about like an hour, 30 minutes. Fine, they would really last long. Fine. Eventually, he asked me over text. Another red flag. Ding, 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 ding. Over text, he was like, can you please be my girlfriend? Yo, wait that. And mind you, thing is not even that hard. You know, he's not drop dead gorgeous. He's not, you know, he's just okay. In my eyes, he's okay, because I really, that sounds pathetic. I was about to say, I really don't go for looks, but I do, guys. So I do, Shem. I do. But one thing, okay, I'll fast forward to that part. So fine, he was like, can you please be my girlfriend? And I was like, no, it's a HIGHSCHOOL. You know, playing hard to get the flow. I was playing hard to get. I was like, I was thinking, HIGHSCHOOL, I don't really want to date right now. Wait. The next day, I was walking to class. And on my way to class after break, I met him in the corridor. And he was like, wag, I didn't want him to know where I was going because it was going to be sinister and scandalous. The factory, and one thing about saying, every single time we'd walk together, he would take my bag and he'd make it seem like we're a couple or something, right? And I wasn't cool with that. Honestly, I wasn't cool with that. But he did it anyway. And he still does it. Like every single time him and I talk, he still does it. Anyway, guys, yes, I still talk to my ex. It's not a big deal. Let's move on. Okay, anyway, sharp. Okay. Camera kere no when our guy I'm no go lecture and make okay and I happy. Fine. On my way there, like breaking a fedile, guys, like literally breaking a fedile, and it was quiet. Mother corridors, it is quiet. And not gonna go like grade 8 and niggas said I am. Yo, niggas said guys. He was like, so answer I was like, Ansa. He's like, yeah. I mean, go on like a punta we see you. And one thing about me, guys. One thing about me, I'm a sucker for a shy Jane, hey? Yo, nothing gets to me like a shy Jane. Because I can't say no to a shy Jane. I can't say no to a Jane who literally like comes to me and asks me out about Statara or about my shake or anything. I would literally just say yes to you on the spot. Because I just cannot say no to a shy Jane. I feel like it's so cute that you're just going past all your anxiety and all that fear just to come up to me, and you still have the guts to ask me what you want to ask me, even if you're stuttering or even if you're shaky, and I can see it. So because I'm a sucker for a shy Jane, okay, yeah, sharp, and then it started, the relationship when I tell you guys, I used to drop everything for Indota. And one thing about Zinge, he wasn't hot. He isn't hot, but he's very clean. Like he's a clean Jane. Zinge would come up break at sit fielding, and fielding they're like benches around the field, right? And I'd sit like more the bench that is close to a tree. Zinge would come break. Ke ditsile ni bestie re cheta ke ja kholo monate ke le the girl who I think I am, obviously looking pretty as fudge, not really but sure. Aba you know how gents stand with their like legs sort of crossed ever he would lean back on the tree, right? And me being me, okay. You wouldn't even say anything. Like he wouldn't even say anything, dog. I would just look at him and see where he's waiting for me, because he'd be staring directly at me, and I'll just start packing my bags like, bitches, I'll see y'all later, bye. I'll start packing my bags, and your bestie would be so pissed. She hated the guy. She genuinely disliked him. Immediately when I started dating him, she really disliked him, because he would really take me away from her. Fine. Nah, ke paka di beke. And I can paka di beke ge. We do okay. Ra go di steps sing, go chila go di steps sing re nne couple se. Go jolly we in ne jolly khiti go nne monate. I bet. Fine. So Zingy and I would just like sit at the stairs almost every break, and just chill. Sometimes I'd literally like reprimand him and be like, okay, dog, you can't come up to me all the time. You can't see me every day, Gabriel, because I'm chilling with my friends, and she gets really jealous because she's the only one, But it would happen almost every break, like every single time, dog. I'd leave anything for him. I'd leave anything for him because I was so in love. I was within. I was deep. Benagant. Yo! I remember this one time, right? I was chilling with new bestie, and you remember the squad that I spoke about after leaving old bestie? That squad. So I was chillingly squad Sele new bestie, we were all talking fine. Tingy, like literally we were chilling here. Tingy would stand over there, right? And he would just look at me, and I would feel his eyes piercing through my skin, literally. And he's just folding his arms, leaning back on something. He just folds his arms, leaning back on something, and I would just, guys, bye. So one of my closest friends, she's the actual reason why I would chill with that squad. She would just be like, hey, no, no gap, see a bag. Fine, I'll leave my bag. I left my bag right there, and I ran to my man. I was like, yo, nothing, daughter, can go. I was like, You guys can miss me. I got there, and one thing about him, he would pull you into like a serious hug, and he would hug me and spin me around and just really like kiss me. Like he'd really kiss me, right? And the way I don't know, the last time I was born, like he would just kiss me and then you know, like as if like he didn't believe that he was seeing me. I bet after that whole scene, I went back to my squad of friends, and my friend was like, "Oh no, listen now." He was like, "Oh no, listen now, guys." Yeah, honestly, ne? And I just, to me, I felt so in love. I was so in love. I'm just trying to emphasize how in love I was with this guy to y'all. Sharp, as the year progressed, I think around my term 2, right? It didn't take long for him to show his. Sorry about that, guys. My phone cut me off as I was speaking. But like I was saying, as the year continued to progress, it didn't take that long for him to actually like show his true colors, right? Like it really didn't take that long, because it was like only term 2, and we started dating around that like time, the end of term 1 towards term 2, the beginning of term 2. That's when we started dating, right? So towards the end of term 2, he started showing his true colors. I would literally, there were times where I would walk onto the field and I would catch him sitting on top of a girl, like, and it's not even like when a gent is sitting on top of me, not personally, I feel like he's just trying to get my attention. He either has a silly little crush on me, or he's just trying to, I don't know, attention. So I would just always catch him with a girl, like always with different girls. And one thing about my sister's like an investigator. So immediately when I told her I'm dating this person, she went onto Facebook and she like typed out the name, and she was like, yeah. And she went through his friend list, and majority of his friends were girls. Shady stuff. Shady stuff. Red flag, my nigga, red flag. And he had like 1,000+ friends on Facebook, and majority were like girls. So that obviously rang sort of red flag bells to my sister, and she would like warn me. She'd be like, "Why does he have so many girlfriends?" And I was like, man, you know, maybe he's just popular, right? I get I bet eventually he introduced me to his female best friend. Substitute. This is where the story gets like, this is the climax. This is the climax. We're almost down to the resolution, right? We're almost there. So eventually we were writing exams start term 2. I remember we were writing exams start term 2, and he had a dance practical. Yes, he does dance. Obviously, I told y'all when look who you blah blah blah. He had a dance practical, right? And for the dance practical, he came wearing like all black or CVs. That's what they would wear. That's what we all wear when we do a practical, obviously. And as he was wearing CVC yellow, he was only doing it for like the first session, and I was only writing the first session. So after the first session, I met him outside. I didn't know that he was like coming to school or anything. I wasn't really bothered, because at that point I felt like our relationship was like on a really rocky road, right? I would literally just not be bothered by him. I would just be over him. Like, there were days where I would just not even speak to him at all, and he wasn't even bothered, because I constantly reprimanded him. I was like, I don't like you sitting with girls. I don't like you being around girls. Because one thing about grade 8 Nell was really insecure. Grade 8 Nell, like, she was insecure. She was not sure of who she is or what she brings to the table. I was really just like a lost human being in a whole new world that I did not know of, right? And one thing about Zingy is that he was in a relationship with me, and because he's older than me, he always made it known ukuthi he was superior. He was older than me. It wasn't a thing ukuthi I'm trying to be an equal partner with you. No, I'm older than you, and you're gonna know ukuthi I'm older than you. You're gonna see by my actions ukuthi I'm older than you. Fine. I bet, right? Yo. Chest pains. Chest pains, literal chest pains. Okay, so fine. What would happen is that Zengi would just he would introduce me to his female best friend. So what happened that day is that after my first session, I was coming out of the gate and he called my name, and I turned and I was like, hi, and I went over to him and I hugged him, and he pulled me towards the group of friends that he was chilling with. It was 3 girls and 2 boys. One of the boys, I know him because it's his best friend, or was his best friend, I don't really know, but they literally like chill together all the time, and I'd see him with him all the time. The 3 girls I did not know, and honestly I could not be bothered, but one of the girls he introduced to me as his female best friend. I was cool with it. I genuinely was cool with him having a female best friend because I also had a male best friend. But with my male best friend, immediately when we started dating, or when I started dating Litsingi, he stepped back, you know. He took a step back and we just did, like, we detached a bit. Like grade 8. So I bet. And the reason why he was my male best friend is because, like, we were, like, tight. We were real close. Like, I went to him. He was my friend in primary, grade 5, grade 6, grade 7. Just like my... just like old bestie, just like old best friend. So he was like my friend in grade 5, 6, 7, and I just considered him my male best friend because he knew a lot about me. Sorry, I bet sharp, ne sharp. So then he introduced her. He was like, "That's my female bestie." I was like, he was like, "This is my female bestie." Sorry about that. I was like, oh, nice to meet you. I'm Neo. No, nice to meet you. Kina mang. Fine. Yo, I'm not gonna give her a name. No, that's ghetto, guys. That's ghetto. I'm actually cool with her now. Not like cool, like we're best friends, but like she's a person I talk to with her now. Not like before. Like before this year, I was just over her. I just didn't like her at all, but now I'm okay with her. I'm okay with her. You know, she follows me on Instagram. I follow her on Instagram. We say hi to each other at school. Fine, sharp. So Zingy introduces me to his best friend, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the best friend thing. Sharp. I told my sister, I was like, yo, guess who I met today? I met his best friend. I met his female bestie. The light is blinding me. Yo. My sister was like, ma? Gibby, I met his female best friend. He was like, hey, she was like, what? A female best friend? Are you sure about that? Guys, these shades are literally my favorite shades. Like, they are literally my favorite. They are my mom's shades. They are, like, I love them. Yo. Anyway. My sister was like, what? Female bestie, are you cool with that? And I was like, yeah, I'm cool with it because I also have a male bestie. I'm like, oh, okay. She has that thing where she's like, oh, okay, because she leaves you like, oh, what when yourself you'll feel by the skin. Yeah, you'll feel it by the skin. I don't know, I bet. So it was a thing. She was like, oh, okay, fine. Days leading to that, I honestly do not know why we weren't talking. I think Nalitz and you were having an argument. Because, guys, honeymoon phase in honeymoon phase was really over. And now, one thing about me, I'm really not okay with... Sorry about that, guys. I was saying this, like, I'm really not okay with the whole... arguing, limoto, or just trying to force things, because, you know, at some point I just always get bored in a relationship. But with Tsingy, it wasn't a thing, no, it was a thing I genuinely didn't have time. Because every single time we'd speak, I would mention something and he would argue about it. I don't know if it was a way of showing what he was doing something, or he was really defensive. So, things went fine, right? We went in a good place. One morning, it was a Friday morning, I think. Social science. So, let me explain to you the structure of the school a bit for a few minutes. My class here, social science, was one building, right? It was one big building, right? And then there was another building, Leone, right? So Tsingy's dance class was in the other building, in the opposite building. And my building was facing his classroom, his class building, right? So we could clearly see each other, and there was like an open space. There's like an open space, so there's space where you can walk through and come onto the next building, and then you can go just like that, guys. Like an open space, corridor in a like the class, and then corridor in a the class. Fine. So that was the situation. That morning we were chilling we were sitting flat on the pavement because we were waiting for the class key to arrive or something like that. And then he was in his dance class. And one thing about performing arts classes, guys, it's really chilled vibes. Hey, especially because it's so nice. It's chilled vibe. Not to say that we do not do work. Oh no, we do work. But it is a safe space. Like when you're a performing arts learner, you go into class and you feel oh my gosh, the ghetto. You feel safe and you feel like it's your happy place. Like every single time I go to school, I am excited to go to school because I'm excited to go to the drama class. It's like my safe haven. It's like the place where I shine, where my personality comes out without being judged, and I'm okay. So that's a performing arts class. So he could come in and out of class all the time. And I think he was doing it just to show me Uguti, he sees me and he's hanagi, basically, because we weren't talking at that time. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why, but we weren't talking at that time. Hey, and that's like you would come out of class, then go back to class, then come out of class, then go back to class. And my classmates would see it and they would ask me like, "Ante lona hale jolo or king hale bisane," right? And I was just I'm not into telling people my business like that. So I show people what I want them to see. Like genuinely, I'll show you what I want you to see. If I don't want you to see anything private about myself, I will not show you anything private about myself. Fine, I bet. My classmates were asking questions. And then he walked from his class onto my class corridor. And you know what he did? I was sitting there with my friend Yamke. She's the one who brought me the scrunchies. Yeah, Yamke. I was sitting there with Yamke. We were sitting together, and he passed me. Fine, right? Umfitile fela yalo, without even saying hello, or without even coming to me and asking me, "Dog, are you okay?" And fine, I was hurt. It really chipped at my heart, but that is not even the best part, guys. Sharp. I think that's not even the best part, right? We haven't even gone to the juicy part yet. We're almost there though. So, Shapo, he was talking to a group of my female classmates. I think they were also interested in doing dance, so they were staying with him after school and practicing with him after school. But we were in grade 8, so we hadn't really even chosen our subjects yet. We weren't even allowed to choose dance as a subject. However, whenever they do like dance, the people that he was talking to, they do dance now as a subject. Fine, ne? Sharp. Ne boile bone, atshaka le bone, khole monate, right? Ke mo shebile lana. Emke was sitting next to me like she was sitting next to me like, girl, what's happening? Queen's a Kalani. So afterwards, he walked off and did not even speak. Guys, when I tell you, this guy didn't even turn to look at me. Now let's kind of we're in a relationship. Gonna go home guys. And everyone knows what all my classmates know, and yeah, it's a vibe. People know about us, and we weren't even trying to hide it, we weren't even trying to hide it, right? We weren't even trying to hide the fact that we were in a relationship. People knew, my classmates knew, my grade mates knew, everyone knew. Other grade 10s by then knew, they're the now matrix. Everyone knew, guys, like people knew, right? I wasn't even trying to hide it, right? We were just, in people's eyes, we were happy. We were the happy couple. We were the couple of Magang. You know, we were a couple, right? And you know, in high school, when we see a couple arguing, it's kind of, you know. So, it happened when he walked back to stand in front of his class. Female bestie abata gate. Hadn't gate female bestie on my tail. Leno matela female bestie, ha. And I just didn't even want to see that part, but I saw that part, right? I was just, you know, kind of like, no, acting like I didn't see it, but I was side-eyeing them. Female bestie on matela, and matela female bestie. Oh, haga female bestie the way I hagang in nagating. Wamu kuka, wamu pizza. Amar. What the fuck? What just happened? Like, what? Huh? Like, a kiss on the lips is what happened between those two. A hug with a spin is what happened between those two. My classmates saw that. My friend sitting next to me saw that. Everybody saw that. And they were all just like, yo. You know? And I was just gonna get shit, guys. Like gonna get shit. We see, yo, nigga chile. Like you nigga shile shem. Guys, I was nigga shile shem. No, I was burned. That day, I was burned. Everyone was like, yo. And my friend Young is like, she's closer, right? And she was like, hi, no, hi, on the lips, hi, kiss on the. I was like, I was trying to remain calm. I was like, yeah, okay, what is happening? She was like, you didn't see that he kissed her on the lips. He literally kissed her. And I was like, what? No, like he wouldn't do that. You know, I was trying to play it off cool, but I knew that he did that and I saw it. And there was no denying it. And all my classmates were like, ha, no, can't do it. Guys, yo, going out ngavela ngadideka. Get so I get away in way. Yanagari can just tlatla. You know, I felt like I was made. I was such a fool. God, I felt like such a fool. I felt so mad at myself. I felt like such a fool. I was like, really, like, dude, really, in front of everyone. It's fine if you do it in secret. It's cool. It's fine. I'm okay with that. But in front of everyone, are you really gonna do that? In front of everyone? In front of Pangobantu? Ay, kesana. Huh? Because at that point I just felt defeated. At that point I was just like, you know what? It's fine, dog. It's fine. You wanna do what you wanna play that game, it's fine. Because one thing about me, I can play that game and I can game fine. And I'm not about to cheat on him or do anything like that. No. I'm just gonna give you the silent treatment until you feel like you're dying. And that's literally what happened. I gave him the silent treatment and he felt like he was just no way. No way. He was like, what is happening? Why isn't this girl talking to me? Why? What was halang? He was like, what's halang, guys? Because I wasn't even texting him WhatsApp. And I think literal days went by. WhatsApp, like physically. And Lene, he felt, okay, maybe I actually went too far, right? Because days afterwards, he started calling me Kilaguscolo, right? It was break. I was sitting at the school cafeteria with old bestie and her squad of friends, because new bestie wasn't at school, right? New bestie wasn't at school, and I was just chilling with old bestie, because another old bestie, we happened to make up at the right time. Old bestie, we happened to make up another old bestie. And fun fact, actually, Tsingy, Lee, the then boyfriend of our old bestie, share the same name. So we would make fun and be like, oh my gosh, we're dating guys with the same name. You and I were meant to be best friends. Oh my gosh, like this thing is never ending, blah, blah, blah. Even though our relationship wasn't back to the relationship that it used to be, we were cool, you know. I wasn't close with her or anything like that. Like I am close with her now. We fixed everything, but back then, old bestie and we were just okay. We were like acquaintances. I know you, you know me, fine. You know, yeah. So fine, right? Kititile Kupia old bestie in the cafeteria, and Tsingy is calling, man. Tsingy wa phone left, right, and center. I answer the call and I'm like, hello, about I don't know, I just want to talk to you. No, thank you. And he kept calling and I think he heard the noise in the background, and he came to the tuck shop with his two male friends. Oh my gosh, my phone is coming. But Zinga has a lot of friends. Let me end this very quick. Fine. Ne? So wait. Sorry about that, guys. So Zingy was chilling he came into the cafeteria with his two male friends, and they stood lining at tuck shop. He's just staring at me and he's calling at me. One point, I take the phone, I look at it, and I put it down. And I literally continue having the conversation that I'm having. And I don't know whether he got hurt or something, but he just walked out of the cafeteria and his friends were following behind him like little lost puppies. Fine. His friends followed behind him like little lost puppies. I'd beat. And then ning ning khape wa bua mo cafeteria. We mo la ning khape we taking one cheba. Wa phone khape. He sees I'm actively ignoring him. Like I'm literally ignoring him. But then he's in denial. He eventually comes up to the table and he's like, can I please speak to you? And I'm like, no. And I felt so embarrassed at that point. I was like, I'm not about to have an argument with this nigga in public in front of old bestie, because old bestie Lene, she and I were not close at then. She and I were not close by then, and I just had some mixed feelings about my old bestie by then, right? She's my current bestie, but she was old bestie grade. And I was just like I was not about to have an argument with Tsingy right in front of my old bestie. So right? And they followed me. I didn't even know I was going, dog. They followed me and I could feel them following behind me. And I just stopped in front of a class and I looked back and I was like, what? Right? And it was like, I'm really sorry about what I did. And I was like, what did you do? And he looked at me and was like, yeah. And I was like, what did you do? Because clearly you don't know what you did. You don't understand what you did. You don't understand the impact that it had on me. It wasn't a fact Jaguti he kissed his female bestie on the lips. It wasn't that, guys. It was the fact Jaguti throughout our whole relationship, I kept reprimanding him about the female friends that he keeps and the things he does with the female friends. And the fact Jaguti, those female friends are his age mates, right? And they're not my age mates, they're older than me. And in Nakilenewa, I felt super insecure at that age. At that age, I felt really superior, and he was above me, and I felt like I was just not in his league. I know, right? Like, like hello. But I really did. I felt like I was not in his league. I was a grade 8. I was just like little puppy behind him, following him and doing deals. And like he was my actual real boyfriend who taught me things that I didn't know, honestly. And in a sense, Yoguti, back in primary, yes, I did have boyfriends, but really, get primary, guys. It's primary. Let's just move on with our lives, please. Okay, so fine, ne? Shapo. He was like, I'm sorry about, and I was like, what did you do, dog? What did you do? Because you do not understand what you did. And then the friend budged in, the friend who's always with him, his best friend, his male best friend, he budged in. He was like, no, why are you mad? Are you mad because he's always chilling with the girls, with other girls and stuff? And I was like, yeah. And he knows that I'm mad because of that, you know? And his friend was like, I told him. He was like, you should have stopped chilling with those girls. You should have done. And Thingy was like, no, I'll do better. I almost said his name. Thingy was like, I'll do better. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. And I was like, no, dog, it's over. I was like, it's over. Like, you and I are not a thing anymore. Like, it's over. Like, no, it's hanging. I'm leaving you alone. And he was like, no, you're sorry. You're fine, right? And I was like, no. I was like, it's over. Literally, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done with this relationship. And also, to be honest, I was bored of the fact you could take every single time, every single time, like honeymoon phase in a head. So I was honestly just like bored. I was bored out of my mind. I was like, done. I was done and over it, you know? I was like, no, it's over. He begged and he begged and he begged and he begged. And I was like, no. I took my bag and I was about to walk off. He grabbed my bag. And he pulled me in. And I was like, what the fuck? And he held onto my bag and I held onto my bag. And I was like, let go. He was like, ah. And I was like, let go. And he was like, ah. And now we were causing a scene. He was like, let go. And I was like, let go. And he was like, hey, give me, oh, okay. And I left him with my bag. Like, I left him with my bag and I walked off back to the cafeteria. And he called after me and I turned back and he gave me my bag and he was like, I'm sorry. Like, he was like, dog, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. Like, give me another chance. Please give me another chance. He was like, please give me another chance. I was like, I'm done. Fine. Khwafela for, guys. Like, khwafela for, like, literally, I don't think it had sunk in that moment when I told him I'm done. But I remember walking off and I was fine as I walked off. But immediately when I saw old bestie in the cafeteria again, I bawled, guys. Like, I literally cried. Oh my gosh, guys, sorry about that. Okay, my phone, like, it literally just shut down. Yeah, let me finish the story. But it's over. It's finished, guys. When I got to the cafeteria, I saw old bestie and I just bawled, guys. I literally cried. I've never cried that hard and not in public. One thing about me, I will not cry. I don't cry in public. I just don't cry at all. I will never let anybody see me that weak. It's just pathetic. But, I cried that day. Like, I cried like I'd never cried before. I remember Kisiloko cafeteria and I was like, I just need to go to the toilet. When I got to the toilet, it was full of girls and I was a mess, guys. I was a mess. I left my bag, cafeteria, the old bestie, and when I went up to my class, I met Yamge on the way and she was like, are you okay? And she was hugging me and I was like, I'm looking for my bag. And I went to the cafeteria. At the cafeteria, I didn't find old bestie, so I was walking around the school looking for my school bag so that I can go to class. When I got to my class, I was met by old bestie. She was like, Chimi, I've been looking for you. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have my bag. Where's my bag? And she was like, no, I have it. I left it at your class. I was like, okay, thank you. I got into class and literally everyone was looking at me like Nemo Oshapo. And I was like, oh guys, I hate this. Oh, I hated it so much. But I felt like I don't know, guys. It was truly my first heartbreak. Like, everything that I've felt and I buried inside due to that relationship, there were points in the relationship where I was just like, I'm in over my head. Like, I was just like, what am I doing with this guy? Because clearly this guy, like, clearly this person, guys. And come to think is my mom introduced me to sad that my mom was like, okay, here's Noah, please take care of my baby. And he just he made my mama's baby cry. It was so pathetic. It was so pathetic. Now that I think about it, it wasn't pathetic because I was truly heartbroken. But now that I think about it, I just feel like, when I get because everyone was like, no Ushab, and like this gent, I think he had a little crush on me. He came up to me and he hugged me. He's like, he doesn't deserve you. You'll be okay. And I was like, I guess I'm dick. Okay, because at this point I was just like pissed off, right? Yeah, guys, that day ended, and I don't think I'll ever forget Tsengi. I don't think I'll ever forget him ever in my life, and I don't think I hate him. I do not hate him. I hated him for so many years in my high school. Every single time I'd see him, I just feel very nauseous, and I had like a serious like deep hate for him. But there was a point where Z, a friend of mine, the one that we went to support, she was like, baby, you need to seek closure sometimes. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to seek closure. Sometimes it is a bad thing to seek closure, but like, guys, she was like, you need to talk to this guy, and you need to talk to this guy, And I talked to him, I remember this year, I think it was around term 3. That's when I started, he was in the drama class, he was talking to one of the girls in the drama class. And like a mistake, I think. Sorry, hi. Oh, hi. And he seemed so shocked. He was like, because I had never spoken to him after that day, after that argument, and after me breaking things off with him, I had never spoken to him after that. I said hi, and he was like, hi, like, how are you, like, Oshapu, like, and he was like, can I get a hug? And I hugged him, and he held on so tight, and I was just like, stop it. But I genuinely, I think I have gotten closure, because I can talk to him now, and I can laugh with him. I'm never gonna get back into a relationship with him, and I think he wants that, and I think he thinks I'm still that naive little girl, wako grade 80, who's gonna fall for his stupid tricks, but I'm not, because his game is weak as fuck. But I ain't about to fall for that trick again. I'm not that girl anymore. I'm not that girl. I'm a changed girl. Nah, I have a heart of stone. Get that? But I do. I genuinely do. I value myself so much more right now. Like right now, I do. I will never allow a person to trample all over me and make me feel inferior. I will never allow a gent in a relationship to get this start, because he literally was making me a fool. I could see him flirt and do things with other girls in front of my eyes, and he would deny it, and I would just fall for it, because you understand? And I will never let anybody ever make me feel like a fool ever again, or make me feel inferior ever again. I will walk into a room and I'll own up the space, and I will be myself, because I know who I am right now, right? So that's the end of the story with Tsengi. Yeah, we're still talking, we're still cool. I hated him for a bit. I genuinely hated him for a bit, because I felt like he just ruined my high school career, but he didn't. Guys. I got to high school and I thought everything was rainbows and ponies, but it wasn't. He was giving me a wake-up call. He was like, give me the fatting mo. Oh, Sinyana, how did love not lala? Yeah. He was like, and he gave me a wake-up call. He made me more aware. And yeah, I lost some confidence, but I gained way more back. I gained way more self-assurance, and I gained way more self-esteem. I love myself even more right now, and I don't think I'll ever put myself in that predicament. I know other people's high school stories are very like intense, like yo, yeah, mine is not that intense, but at that time it was really a serious heartbreak for me. And yeah, I don't think I ever want to be that heartbroken again. Because with singing, I don't know, guys. It was a matter of he hit really deep, guys. That's deep. No, hitting my insecurities is really deep. Because I remember after him, I just started feeling really low. And I started being really suicidal. And it was like so intense. Like not intense that I ever attempted anything. I didn't attempt anything. But yeah, so he really broke me. He showed me, dude, you're literally nothing, you know, with his actions though. And I don't think to him, because boys don't really comprehend to that extent. Maybe Rona Banyana were really overthinkers, but that was me overthinking at that point. I don't think he saw it as a thing like he's actually cutting that deep, but Mina, he did cut that deep. Like he was hitting the insecurities, he was hitting the self-esteem, he was hitting the self-confidence, the low confidence that I had in myself to begin with. And seeing him with so many different girls, and you know, the girls were like skinny, they were prettier, they were older, they were like, you know, nili banyana vastrata. You know, and I was just never. I'm still just never, but you know, I'm a very self-aware now. I'm a very self-sure now. I love myself more than anything now. So yeah, I'll never put myself in that predicament. But guys, yeah, that's it. Hey. Oh my gosh. Oh, my cheeks are so tired, and I have this headache that is just striking me. And my mom and my siblings are just tired of hearing my voice, because this house really has like light walls, guys. Like you can literally hear everything and anything. So that's it. That's the end of my first story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys don't hate singing. Let's hate Dante, because he was a lesson that I learned. He was a lesson learned. Check off the list out. Guys, thank you so much for staying this long. If you've made it till this far, thank you. If you have not yet joined the Key Squad, please do. Please subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up. Like this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit on that notification bell if you want to get notified every single time I drop a new video. It's your girl, and again, it's go M, and I love you, Key Squad. Like, I really, really love you. Bye. It's story time, and I'm done. It's a wrap.